It's a compelling story, right? A mysterious force, an ancient hex, something completely out of our control. But what if I told you that what people call a curse is often just justice delayed? What if the real story is far more interesting and ultimately more empowering? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the idea of curses and reveal the truth that most people never talk about. Stick with me, because what you're about to hear might just change how you see your life, your family's history, and the world around you. It's dramatic, it's scary, and frankly, it's a great way to avoid responsibility. When you say something is a curse, you're essentially saying, "This isn't my fault. I'm just a victim of some cosmic bad luck." It feels easier, doesn't it? It's much more comfortable to blame a mysterious, unseen force than to look at the real, tangible causes of our problems. Calling it a curse lets us off the hook. But the problem is, it also takes away our power. If you're just a passive victim of a curse, what can you possibly do about it? You're helpless. It's the consequence of actions. It's the harvest from seeds that were planted long ago, sometimes by us, sometimes by our parents, or even by generations before us. Think of it like this. If you plant an apple seed, you don't get an orange tree, you get an apple tree. Actions have consequences. This is a fundamental law of the universe, a moral law that operates just as consistently as the law of gravity. What we do matters, and what we fail to do also matters. This is where the idea of a curse really takes root. When an injustice is committed, whether it's a lie, a betrayal, a theft, or any act that harms another person without resolution, it doesn't just disappear. It creates a kind of moral debt, an imbalance, and that imbalance will, sooner or later, seek to correct itself. This is what I mean by justice delayed. The universe, in its own time and in its own way, will work to bring things back into balance. The consequences of that injustice will eventually surface, and when they do, often years, or even generations later, they can look a lot like a curse. He built his family's wealth on that lie. On the surface, his family is blessed, prosperous, but underneath, a seed of injustice was planted. His children grow up with a sense of entitlement, never learning the value of hard work or integrity. The grandchildren might struggle with addiction or failed relationships, feeling an emptiness they can't explain. The family fortune might be squandered through foolish decisions. From the outside, someone might say that family is cursed, but is it really a supernatural hex? Or is it the natural, logical unfolding of the consequences of that original act of injustice? The lack of moral foundation, the unearned wealth, the hidden guilt, it all ripples through time. The truth was hidden, but its effects were not. Maybe you lied to a friend, and the friendship ended. Years later, you find it hard to trust people or build close relationships. Is it a curse on your social life? Or is it the lingering echo of that past action, a wound that never fully healed because the truth was never faced? Maybe you took a shortcut in your career that hurt someone else. You got the promotion, but you live with a constant, low-grade anxiety, a fear of being found out. That feeling, that bad luck that seems to follow you, isn't a curse. It's your conscience. It's the moral law of the universe, reminding you that a debt is outstanding. It's accountability, knocking on your door. You can bury it, you can hide it, you can pretend it never happened, but the energy of it remains. The truth revealed is a powerful force. Sometimes, it comes out in a dramatic more often, it surfaces in the patterns of our lives, the recurring problems, the self-sabotage, the unexplained anxieties. These are not curses. They are symptoms. They are signposts pointing back to an unresolved issue, a place where justice has been delayed. The universe is not punishing you. It's trying to get your attention. It's trying to guide you toward healing and resolution. We stop talking about curses and start talking about causes and effects. We stop feeling like victims and start becoming investigators of our own lives. The course teaches you to look at the curses in your life, the patterns of failure, sickness, or misfortune, and trace them back to their source. It's about uncovering the hidden truths and the unresolved injustices, whether they are yours or part of your family's history. It's about taking accountability. You can start to do something about it. Facing the truth, even when it's painful, is the first step to breaking the cycle. Acknowledging the injustice, making amends where possible, and learning the lesson. This is how you settle the moral debt. This is how you bring things back into balance. This is how you dissolve the curse. We see nations and communities struggling with cycles of poverty, violence, and division. Are they cursed? Or are they grappling with the long-term consequences of historical injustices that have never been fully acknowledged or rectified? They delayed justice for slavery, for stolen land, for wars of aggression. It doesn't just go away. It lingers in the systems, in the culture, in the collective psyche, creating problems that persist for generations. The curse is simply the bill coming due. Instead of "why is this happening to me?" ask "what is this trying to teach me?" Instead of "what did I do to deserve this?" ask "is there an unresolved injustice here, in my life or in my family's past, that needs to be brought into the light?" This shift in perspective is everything. It moves you from a position of fear and powerlessness to one of courage and agency. You become an active participant in your own healing journey. There is only justice, and sometimes that justice is delayed, but it is never, ever denied. The universe has a perfect accounting system. It forgets nothing. By understanding this moral law, you can stop being afraid of the shadows and start working with the light of truth. You can untangle the knots of the past and weave a new future, one based on integrity, honesty, and balance. It's the power to face the truth, to take responsibility, and to actively create justice in your own life. It's not easy work, but it is the most rewarding work you will ever do. It's the path to true freedom. And if you're ready to stop being a victim of circumstance and start understanding the moral laws of the universe, check out the link to the Time for Justice course in the description below. It's time to find the truth. See you in the next video.